Hey everyone, this is Aaron from Banana Cake Media and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about tools and tactics and important things to think about when you're designing your landing page, especially above the fold, because we're going to be focusing on above the fold. Anyway, so if you find this information useful and helpful for you, please like, share, and subscribe and join my channel, and off we go. What is above the fold? Above the fold is the first section that the visitor sees as soon as they land on the page, before they start scrolling. And where does that come from? That comes from newspapers. Let's look at it. As we see in this little cute picture of this girl looking at the Washington Post, the eagle has landed, 2 men walk on the moon. That is above the fold. And as you see, it points out what is the fold. The fold is that crease line when the paper is folded in half and put on the shelf. All they see is above the fold. And that is what they see at first glance and make that decision whether they're going to buy the paper or not. So getting that above the fold section correct was probably thought about way before websites were even designed and to make look good, because these newspapers were trying to market themselves and have as many people as they can buy it. So they had to get that above the fold section as optimized and as gripping as possible. You see that they have a gripping headline. They have a really interesting image, and that image is the men walking on the moon. So who wouldn't want to pick that up? And that is the goal with what we're trying to get to on our landing pages. We want our visitors to make the next move. We want them to pick it up. Not really pick it up, but you know what I mean. You want them to scroll down. You want them to click on your call to action. And so we see that above the fold is where our visitors make that decision to move forward. And that is what we're really focusing on over here. So now we see how important it is, because in our case with websites, you have about 3 to 5 seconds to grab their attention, or they bounce and then you lost them. And even more so, like you'd say, maybe newspapers are different because it's folded in half and they can't really do anything they have to actually pick it up. With a website, they could just scroll it. So by using heat maps, we have learned that most people do not even scroll past the fold. So as I'll show you in this example over here, in this landing page, the average fold is about over here, right? In normal screens, this button that takes people down will be above the fold. But this average fold means that depending on the device size, that is where the fold is. But we made sure that all the information that is important is above the fold. The headline, some more information, and the buttons, all of that has to be above the fold. And we see that 100% of the visitors see this point. And everything underneath the fold, it just goes down 60%. And then it gets blue and blue and blue and blue until you can't really see anything. 45%. It's not a lot. But as you could tell, most people, they're not going to get that far. 100% of visitors are going to be above the fold. The rest are not. Anyway, so let's look at a few examples of current sites that are using above the fold. And I'm sure you've heard a bunch of them. HubSpot, for example. HubSpot is very good. They have a different tactic with landing pages. Their main page, their landing page, I'm sure they have other marketing landing pages that they have set up. But HubSpot is all about giving their ideal customer and client the best experience and most information as possible. So they're going to throw everything at you. Besides for their call to action over here and their main header, they want you to learn. So they're going to put everything in front of you, as opposed to a typical landing page that has no menu and it's almost bare bones nothing, like this one. Fully integrated, high converting landing pages. There's no menu on this page. there's only the headline, the call to action, and some interesting information about where you're located. You could get something else. It's kind of a push and an image, and all that is above the fold. Everything underneath, most people won't get to. So you want to grab them in the beginning. This page was designed in a way that the visitor won't be distracted by anything. We just want them to go forward and get their landing page package. That is the point of this page. Here's another example of a landing page that uses above the fold to get the visitor to do what they hope they do. So let's look at GoDaddy, for example. I'm sure you've heard of GoDaddy. GoDaddy, they're mainly known for selling domains. So they want you to take that action. And how are they going to do that? They're going to grab your attention first where you look. And that's actually, we're going to get into this little point about what is clean and understandable design, which is going to be our first tip, is we want to follow the way the user is going to be looking. And that's something called the Z pattern, when it goes across, down, and across. So the first thing they want their visitor to see over here is maybe not just the menu, but find your perfect domain. And wow, it looks like I had some interesting domain ideas at the time. So they know that that's where the person is going to be looking first. So they start there. As just like HubSpot, they want people to go across their menu first, or they want them to see the header over here. That's why you see a lot of landing page designs are going to have the header on the left, because they know the eyes are going to be starting there. And then they're going to be going across and down. But over here, I think in HubSpot's example of their main page, they're going to go across the menu, then they're going to go down, they're going to see the header, and they're going to see the call to action. With GoDaddy, the design is set up in a way that they're going to find, they're going to want to try to find their domain first. They want to push the visitor to find their domain. So they're going to go find their domain, they're going to see more call to actions and something else they want to push, but not as much as their domains, is create a website in under an hour. That's another product that they're trying to push, but they're obviously trying to push for domains first. We could see that design over here by the landing page. The eyes are first going to see fully integrated, high converting landing pages. They're going to see that image, they're going to see that button pop out at them. And this basically takes us to our 3 tips on how we can optimize the above the fold section of the website. So here we go. Tip number 1, make it a clean and understandable design. As we explained just before going through these websites, what's clean and understandable? We follow where our eyes go. So as we see in this Z pattern, you can actually look this up. Our eyes go from left to right and across the middle and back left to right. This is only for landing pages. You won't see this with blog posts. There's something called the F pattern, where you skim across and down. Over here, the eyes are going to jump from side to side. So it starts over here, and they see the header, and it goes down straight to the button. And that just takes the visitor's eyes right where you need to be, and until they take that action. And you see that that's what GoDaddy was doing by crossing the eyes right past the domain first. So they say, oh, that's exactly what I want, and it's right in front of me because that's where I'm looking first, from left to right. Anyways, let's go further. Step 2, or tip 2, you want strong headers that grab attention. As you see here with GoDaddy, get online with a domain. Like, how stronger can it get than that? And we see it over here. The landing pages, fully integrated, high converting landing pages. Boom, boom, boom. I want my landing pages to convert. And I want them to be fully integrated. I don't want to have to set everything up myself. I don't have to integrate the payment gateway. I don't have to integrate all the email, CRM, and auto responders, because that's what this company does for you. So yeah, I want that, and let's get it going right now. So I'll click forward and I'll get it going. HubSpot also, there's a better way to grow. So they're a little bit softer on that because they want you to be more educated on their product before you buy, because they could get expensive. But they have a strong call to action, which is our 3rd tip. They say get HubSpot free. The button needs to be big. And you see that what they did over here with HubSpot, they they set up their button in a way that it's big, it's colorful, and you can see in two places actually. So if you go according to the Z pattern, you're going to go across, you're going to see Get HubSpot Free. That's one place. Really smart the way they set this up. You go across, you go down like the Z, and you're going to go past the header, and you're going to get to the big button again. The button cannot be missed, and there's strong text in it. That is really, with these 3 steps, having a clean, understandable design that they'll understand immediately what to do when they get to the site. Strong headers, so it really like hits them in the head, and like, oh, that's talking to me, because you want to speak to their ideal persona. Yes, I want to grow my company better. I want to find that domain right away, and I want fully integrated, high converted pages because I don't have time to set it up myself. And then thirdly, you want that button to pop out. So over here, the button, it's right in your face. Get yours now. Find your domain. These buttons, they're there. Like, you can't miss them. So those are the 3 tips. And I'm guarantee you, if you implement these in your website, you're going to grow really fast. They're going to convert much faster. And as we said, like, we're talking about above the fold. All this whole section is just above the fold. We're not even talking about what happens when and if the visitor starts scrolling down, what other information you're going to give them, because it's not going to be this. It's probably going to be more in depth about the product, testimonials, case studies, more information, more features, and more call to actions. But this section above the fold, this is probably the most important section you'll have, because as we said, you want to grab their attention and you want them to take action right away. Just like with the newspaper, they wanted to grab their attention with a strong image, a strong header, and the call to action, I guess, is a little bit different with newspapers. But that's what we can learn from the newspaper, and that's what we're going to apply here. Again, one more time, the 3 things, and we can actually look at the newspaper to see that. Need a strong header. Has to be clean and clear. What do we have? We have the header, we have just the image and some text there, but it's immediately, once they look at it, they see what they want. And the call to action is probably whatever they had printed on the newspaper stand, which at that point, this is compelling enough that it doesn't really need much of a call to action. People already know that they're going to buy it. Anyway, if you find this information helpful and useful, and you want to contribute or whatever, or be a friend of Banana Cake Media. That was lame. Please like, share, and subscribe. And hopefully we're putting out more content every week on marketing and landing pages and just growing your business for you. So with that being said, without further ado, I really thank you for making it to this point in the video. And I really hope you enjoy, and I hope you gained as much from it as I did. Anyway, peace out.